everyone. Hello, it's Stamp Ventures with Shauna. Welcome to my Tuesday tutorial at 8:02. How's everybody doing today? I'm going to be sharing a few tips for lining up these stitched squares on this Christmas card. And you might have ideas of how you get things to line up straight on your card. And so by no means is this the definitive way of doing it, but I thought I'd share my idea. And if you have suggestions, I'd love to hear your ideas too, because I think we have lots to learn from each other. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Sue. Great to be seeing you this evening. I'm going to start out with my usual weather word of the day and my funny. And today's weather word is kind of strange, but I'm going to use the word colorful. People who maybe live in, say, Florida or California might not understand the use of the word colorful, but here in the heart of Canada, probably all across Canada, our leaves are turning and they are just beautiful and gorgeous, and it's not going to last for long. And it was a lovely sunny day. It wasn't too breezy, and it was just a perfect day to show off the leaves. A friend of mine who lives out oh goodness, here we go. I've got a tickle in my throat. Sorry, wouldn't you know it? My friend who lives out on an acreage sent me pictures today, and they were just stunning. Thank you so much, Melanie, for sharing this. I really appreciate it. Okay, now I was not expecting this. I got to go grab a lozenge. So everybody say hello and say what town or city you're watching from. I think there might even be someone from Ontario. Let us know where you're from. Okay, I couldn't find a lozenge, but I found some mint gum, and I think that will help. Okay, well, so yeah, we've got somebody from Foam Lake, Saskatchewan, and thanks, Melanie, for sharing the video. I think like I said, there might be somebody from Ontario, and oh, yeah, there's Milestone. Hi, Lori. Few places, and I think there's Moose Jaw on here too. So thanks for tuning in today. So, I told you the weather word, which is colorful, but I didn't share my funny for the evening. And unfortunately, I'm a week late with this. I should have shared this last Tuesday, but I think you'll still enjoy it, especially if you like dogs. We thought you said it was Labrador weekend. Did any of you see that on Facebook? That's so cute. Yeah, not Labor Day weekend, it's Labrador weekend. At some point, I have this feeling that I might end up using or recycling the same joke over at some point. So just act like you've never seen it before and laugh along, because I've been doing these videos for, I think I'm getting close to a year now. So yeah, well, as long as I keep finding funny things on Facebook, I think it should be good. Hi, Robin. There's another Moose Jaw person. Yay, thanks for joining. Okay, so to get on with this card, I got this, a card just almost like this from my friend in Saskatoon, Cheryl Simpkins. And I think the only thing that was maybe different on hers is instead of using real red, she used cherry cobbler, I think. But I was going to give you some tips for how I lined up these squares. And if you have any suggestions of how you get something to line up like that, I'd love to hear it from you. And I would just tell you really quickly here, the colors that I used, besides real red, the green ink that I used here is Shaded Spruce. And the base of the card, I decided to use the thick Whisper White cardstock because it's going to stand like a tent, and I don't like it when my tent kind of starts to sag and droop. And so I use this when I'm making white cards with the base. I like to use the extra thick, and it just supports it a little bit nicer. The Real Red cardstock, in case you're wanting to do a card like this at home, is 2.5 inches wide, and then it's the full length here of the card, which is 5.5 inches. And you could use this idea with so many different stamp sets. I'm sure there are many that would just fit these nice little stitch squares perfectly, and it could be, you know, a Christmas theme, it could be a birthday theme. Maybe one would have a cake, and one would have a party hat, and one would have streamers or something like that. So it's great. You can, I think you could come up with a lot of different cards just using this same pattern or design. So to start with, I've got my images already stamped. And the one thing that I did that was different from Cheryl, she glued her squares flat onto the red cardstock, and I decided that I would use dimensionals. And I'll explain in a minute why I decided to use dimensionals. I'll just put like two. I could have already had these done, I guess, ahead of time. I'll put 2 on the back of each. And what I decided, what in my head was, okay, I could put the one in the center, but how am I going to know that I've really hit the center? And then I might be not have enough space on one side or the other. And so what I decided to do was I would adhere the outside edges first, and then whatever space that's left in the middle, I would go back and adhere the center square. So that was the first part of my lineup. And also when I was doing my lineup, I decided that when I'm putting these ones in the corner, I can look along 2 of the edges and see if it's about the same. And then that helps me also to line it up. So I'll start with this one here. And kind of want to get those top and side edges even-ish. Okay, hope this is going to work. You know, when you're doing things in front of other people, sometimes it changes how your plans, how you think it's going to work. All right, so how much space? Ish, kind of, sort of, like that. Something, okay. So yeah, pretty close. I think the top edge is similar. And then the last one, yeah, all you have to do is squint your eyes. That's what they say. Just so, yeah, squint your eyes and stick it down. And you kind of want to just join between this edge and this edge to line it up. And that's kind of how I did my lineup. But I'm going to make a boo-boo here on purpose. Okay, so say I glue this down and I, you know, in a hurry, and oh, that's crooked. Well, the neat thing about gluing it with dimensionals is that it is really super easy to fix. All you have to do is a little surgery. You just slide your scissors under there, snip one of the dimensionals, slide your scissors under there, snip the other dimensional, ta-da! And then you just put 2 new dimensionals on the back and start again. And that's okay if, you know, those leftover foamy pieces are still there, because I mean, who's gonna see them, right? It just gives more support to the back of your card. And let's see if I can kind of line this up better this time. Okay, you know, maybe I lined up a little bit too close to the top edge. I could have probably moved them down just a little. I think I'm a little, anyways, there we go. Yeah, that's I think that's as good as it's gonna get. But that's how I did my lineup. I started with the 2 outside squares and then went to the middle. And if you have suggestions of how to line things up and get them straight, just feel free to add your comment here, because like I said, we can always get ideas from one another. Oh, thank you, Judy. Now, this is washi tape, and I can't even remember what the name of this washi tape is, but I'll show you the package here. It's really pretty because a lot of the designs on this washi tape are shiny. Oh, it's called the Sweet Season. I can't talk. Sweet Season Specialty Washi Tape. And so there's gold stars. Ooh, that's really glaring. And I think that's copper or rose gold stripes. And then some green washi tape. I think that's real red. And then this is like cherry cobbler with silver stripes in it. It's a plaid, is really nice. So anyways, here's the gold stars. And I don't use washi tape very often on cards. So that's why I was really glad to get this idea from Cheryl. Let's see, if I line up my paper with the grid marks on my grid sheet, that might even give me a bit of a better boost to get this straight. And with the washi tape, the way it works on this card, I just love it because you can have to remember the surgery tip for the dimensionals. Oh, you would not believe how many times I do surgery on my cards, Melanie. Yeah, I like how the washi tape just folds back on this red one, so it doesn't matter if you tear it off crooked or not, it just gets folded off, and then it just finishes it so nicely. So then I just would have glued this down with snail, and then the words, I should mention the images and the words come from this set called Timeless Tidings, and you can see how I just used the Merry Christmas and I centered it down at the bottom. And then now Cheryl, I think for her card, she might have actually bought the rhinestones that are already the bright shiny red. And you know what, I never got any of these, but all my ladies know that I have Sharpies in almost every color under the rainbow, and so I just color in the Sharpie, and then when it's had a little chance to dry, I use my new take your pick tool, the spatula end to, oh, this time my finger got it, and then I'm going to transfer it to the berry here and slide it off the spatula. Oh, it's on its side. Come on. Okay, move over a little. Yeah, so those are how I put those on with the spatula end. And those of you who have seen this tool also know it's got a piercer end, and then it has two more ends that are stylus ends. And then this end, I think a lot of you have already seen it, but this is probably the best thing about the whole tool is it's got this sticky putty at the end of it. And so say if my sequin or my rhinestone end up in a weird place and I can't get it picking up with my nails, I can usually just pick it up with the putty. Oh, I might have to loosen it first. Okay, got to loosen because it's so sticky underneath. Oh, there, okay. Now, if it's not too, there we go. Yeah, if it's got a little bit of sticky on the back, then yeah, but it lets you pick up those little things that you just can't pick up with your nails, and then I can put it onto my project. So I think the rest of this is self-explanatory. There's a little greeting. There's a few nice greetings in this Timeless Tidings kit. This is the kit actually that they promote with the, or the stamp set that they promote with the card kit that's in the holiday catalog. But it, yeah, isn't it a great one, Linda? It is such a good tool. But they've got such nice words that I decided I wanted just to have this on hand for using for my Christmas card Stamp-A-Stacks. I've got a Stamp-A-Stack this week, and so I used the Hoping Beautiful Moments and Happy Memories Surround You at this time of year for the inside of this one. But you could easily use and a Happy New Year or May the Warmth of Christmas Fill Each Corner of Your Heart. You could use those ones too. They're all really nice sentiments. So just before I sign off for tonight, last week I had some people share on Facebook. They were to like, share, and then comment that they had shared on a post, and it was just about my upcoming Christmas card class and holiday head start. And I have the names of all those people, and one of them is going to win 3 $18 coupon codes towards anything in the current catalogs. So I will just pull out a name here, and this says Roxanne. Oh, goodness. Yay. Roxanne came to our bingo the other night and she didn't win anything from, well, she won at the bingo, but she didn't win the mystery host. So she'll be excited to know that this time she has won a bonus item for free. So Roxanne, if you're not watching, I will be in touch with you and let you know that your name was drawn. So I'm so glad you could stop by this evening. And like I said, if you ever have any suggestions of how you line things up on a card and, you know, make it work for you, I'd sure love to hear it. And I'll look forward to talking to you next Tuesday. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Bye for now.